Okay, in this variation on the technology, you have a fixed display of seven words per row and seven rows going down. And the idea here is it's a fixed display, and you sort of just spool very quickly through the fixed display like this. And then anywhere you land, the idea is that there is as usual, there's like a letter, A to Z, then a number, then the book name, the book page, section of the page, and then we have the color sort of sound sequence or sound X. So uh, that matches like seven groups of first sound, and it triggers, it lights up in such a way. Also, instead of focusing on chunks of text, these are just like lines of text, like lines or phrases of text. And there's also like the keywords pop out here at the end. The keywords are what's prevalent in the tile-based search system, for example. Also, you have a just showing the highlights. You have this section at the bottom here. It's kind of like a matrix, color matrix, which is cool as you review more and more. Also, what's interesting is you can focus on a single sort of row. So let's say focusing on the red row only, I can watch, I can focus on a single row, focusing on those consonant sounds of that row. Also, I can pick a book. So this would be like all of the Babylonian Talmud plus the entire Old Testament. And yeah, you could pick a book and then be like, okay, in this book, let's say, I'm starting with the book of Job. I'm in chapter one, and I am looking at neatly packaged summaries in the book of Job, etc. So this lets you review in that way. So this would be one view here, and then, yes, okay. Then, so that's the grid display. Now let's look at the overview. This just takes into account the, let's say, you can see each numbered line, or their letter, or their page number, or if there's a rabbi who's the lines taken from the rabbi's commentary. So, yeah, also very fast. You can quickly spool through, see all the different rabbis that appear. You can also see the names of the rabbi or the zone, like the notes, it appears in a certain translation. And again, very fast scrolling through. And then this would be the book number. So yeah, so all the books of Talmud, excerpts from Talmud and from the Old Testament. So yeah, quite a number of books there. And then also there is a final perspective, another view where given, let's say there are a total now of some 13,000 lines, you can filter by all the books. You could pick a book and filter, or you could filter by color line. So these would be the seven colors, etc. And then you could turn off any of those filters. Then you also have all the important rabbis, like the top 70 commentators. So a little hard to explain there, but these would be like uh, line commentaries on top of the ancient text. Yeah, so there's those are all the commentaries, and then you can actually do a search of a word. So let's say like a god that would highlight, yeah, so it would show, it would filter for the 695 lines that have the word God. You can also do God, you can do multiple text strings. So this is God plus will, and then it will show, it will highlight those words in the lines, and you can see all the book and book numbers that hits. Yeah, and then it's you can even and or, so you could, it's Boolean. Boolean search, so it's quite advanced. So you could do God and will, or let's say will and I don't know, justice, let's say. Will, so this would be, does the word justice appear in the line or phrase? Does the word will appear? You could do and or. So, I don't know, so like, let's say you did like David and time. Okay, so there's David and time. Those are the lines that appear. Or David or time. So then you'd see a bunch of Davids, and then you'd see after David, you see a bunch of times. And then you can see the letter, you sort of see the book number, the book, the color code that it sequences. Then you have the page number, you sort of the page, you have the letter sequence A to Z, and then you would have also 61. So that would be like the number in the letter sequence. You can also then sort accordingly. So you could like sort by book number of the etc. There's also a bit different. This was just to show for starting phonetic by letter. So do you want the of the word time? It's sometimes cool to see like words that begin with T, words that begin with TI, the number of text strings. So how many text strings do you want? So like, do you want time and times? So if you have exactly 4 characters matching or 5. Okay, and that's a demo there. Yes.